On Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout powered by Dell. We're looking ahead to the game between Kings 11 Punjab and Chennai Super Kings. Joining me shortly, Gautam Gambhir and Sanjay Manjrekar. Right, gentlemen, big game for both teams. They just won the one out of their first four. One of those teams is going to win just 1 out of 5 after this one. So let's go to our preview points. The first one being time for the Chennai Super Kings to bench Shane Watson. Sanjay.
Well, a lot of people we would think that he's got to be benched, but Dhoni may not think on those lines. There is a tempting option of having young Rituraj Gaikwad go up the order along with Faf, and maybe Faf to back down the order. They could make some changes. If you ask me what Dhoni is going to do, unlikely to happen, but maybe one more innings. I want the captain to have a real good look at Watson, whether he's really struggling, and then perhaps have a bowler in, because they're bowling short. I mean, quality-wise, also bowling is a little short. Have a bit of firepower with Lumge, Giri, or things like that, or get Tahir back in. So yes, one more game for Watson to answer your question.
52 runs from 4 games for Shane Watson, Gautam, and there is the option of playing either an Imran Tahir or one of the overseas seamers if they do drop him.
I would never drop him. No, because their entire batting looks so rusty. Kedar Jadhav looks rusty. Ambati Rayudu looks rusty. I know Shane Watson is not the best of form, but imagine replacing Shane Watson with Rituraj Gaikwad. Obviously, he's a young kid, developing cricketer, but then or Murli Vijay, I would definitely back Shane Watson probably for another 4 or 5 games and see how it goes. And I know it's a tricky situation for MS, but then you got to back your best batter and a batter who can actually win you a game if he comes in. At the moment, he hasn't, but you never know.
All right, let's go to our next point, and that is that Sheldon Cottrell should be bowling at the death. He was consciously bowled out before the last 6. Gautam in the last game. Thoughts?
See, when you pick someone at 8.5 CR, you expect him to do the job. Probably the easiest time to finish off is by the 13th or the 14th over. Yes, he went for 30 in the previous game before that, but then you've been picked to do the job, and you don't expect an off-spinner to do a job what your premier fast bowler can't do. So you got to back him, as simple as it gets. Yes, he should be bowling in the death and probably the toughest of overs as well.
Sanjay?
Well, there's a reason they didn't bowl him in the death, because Cottrell, coming into the IPL, forget about his performances so far, coming into the IPL has had a reputation of not being a great death bowler. And after the Tevati episode, the confidence of his team would have really, sunk. And I don't think they'll be very keen to bowl him. So they have an option of having Cottrell at the top, because there is some kind of potency with the new ball when Cottrell is bowling. He's got a great attitude, got a big wicket in the last game as well, right at the start, and has somebody like Jordan coming back in to be the specialist bowler. He, I think, got a game or 2 at the most, Jordan. But no, Cottrell as a death bowler, I'd rather stay away from that.
All right, let's go to our next one. CSK must use Sam Curran, the batsman, more. Sanjay?
Yes, as the IPL goes on, Sam Curran, the bowler, might not be as effective. I know the pitches are likely to get a little dusty, drier, but he's not a big fast bowler. Will have the power to keep producing good spell. He's done brilliantly so far within the limitations that he has. There's something about his batting, and especially the consistency aspect, where he fails rarely. So I was a little surprised that Curran was held back and Jadeja was sent in earlier before him. But to answer your question clearly, if you've got Curran, use the batting talent of him more, which to be fair, CSK have done on occasions.
Can they do it more though, Gautam, after looking at that last game against Sunrisers where they do get stuck in the middle?
Honestly, if you decide to drop Shane Watson, open with Ambati Rayudu and push Sam Curran at number 3, he looks in that good form, to be honest. Yeah. And if you see, even in the previous game, the first ball of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, that was probably one of the longest sixes I've seen of the first delivery. And even the last ball of the 20th over, he was able to smash Samad out of the ground as well. He's looked in fabulous form. And unfortunately, he hasn't got enough opportunity. But then why not? When we were talking about Sunil Narine being pushed to open the batting, yes, Sam Curran could be the solution to a lot of problems.
All right, let's go to our next point. Kings 11 Punjab should bring in another bowler for Karun Nair. Looking at their death bowling balls. Gautam?
Who was that bowler? Probably a leg spinner. Murugan Ashwin is the only one who I can think of. Yes, it won't be a bad option, honestly. Yes, if you have Murugan Ashwin, you've got Bishnoi, and then you've got K. Gautam. They need more bowling, because the kind of form KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal are in, they can afford to have one more bowling option.
Sanjay?
Provided they start using Gautam more as a batsman, make him a batting all-rounder, give him a proper batting position so he feels that responsibility. Because Karun Nair is something that I've held with him for a long time. Very loose at the start, very loose. And a lot of his dismissals in important games have come very early in the innings, playing loose shots. So yes, a bowler like M. Ashwin in, but make Krishnappa Gautam's batting more, make it contribute a little more to the team cause.
And actually, I would be tempted to actually put Sarfaraz at number 3.
Sure.
Give him some more opportunity, because he can actually be very innovative as well. You've actually kept him too low down the order. He doesn't have that firepower, but number 3, he could hurt the opposition.
All right, let's go to our final point, and that is that either Mujib or Chris Jordan should come in for Jimmy Neesham. Gautam?
Chris Jordan, probably, because of he might just solve that death bowling option. Yes, I would always be tempted to play Mujib against Chennai with Faf and Watson at the top of the order. He can get you wickets up front, but just because they've been so expensive in the death, you will tend to go towards Chris Jordan.
Sanjay?
Jordan.
Simple as that. Thank you very much, Sanjay Manjrekar and Gautam Gambhir, for looking ahead to this big game between Punjab and Chennai on Whirlpool Presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.